Peace and blessings, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on things happening for a reason? Generally when we say things happen for a reason, or really more so people of faith and religion, usually they say, things happen for a reason, and a reason is God wanted it to happen for whatever reason that we might not be aware of at the time, but will come to light later on down the line. But for me, things happen for a reason is true, but only in the sense that everything works under the rule of cause and effect. Less so than there being a supreme being with a plan behind something happening, or a moral story or moral lesson to learn from something happening. But with any and everything happening, there's usually you can learn from things. Like, you can take away lessons. You can learn just little life lessons you can learn from different things happening to you. For instance, the reason for my wife being laid off from work today on Thanksgiving, there is a reason behind that. The reason is because her company has to shut down several of her little clinics. She's a phlebotomist, so she works in a lab drawing blood. So the company has to shut down several labs. The reason the company has to shut down several labs is because the owner of the company doesn't feel it's beneficial to keep them open, because they're not making enough money right now. It's a fairly new company, and so they're trying to grow, but he's not willing to take on the risk of losing money while trying to wait for the company to grow to become profitable. The reason that he doesn't want to keep doing that because he's losing that money, and on and on and on and on. So there's a cycle. So there's a reason. There is a reason behind everything. Now some can say, well, maybe God has a big plan. There's a reason. The wife is being laid off. It's gonna put the family in financial strain. Could be. I don't know. Could be. But for me, being that I believe that God is truth and truth is God, I don't see a intellectual being plan behind it. Right? It just, like I said, those things happen. That's why it's happening. So truth is, it's happening. Now, at the same time, like I said, there's lessons that can be learned. You can learn fortitude from it and perseverance, and that's why I say, you have to also bring in supreme belief, unequal belief. So getting through this, I believe, and I know to an extent that I believe so much that I'm going to be alright, the family's going to be alright, and in the end everything's going to work out, and it's going to be alright. No matter what happens, we're going to be alright. Right? No matter what this may entail, what may come of this, we're going to be alright. And that's the attitude that I believe is necessary. Everything's going to be alright. You believe in the best. You believe in the possibility of everything. That it's going to be alright. Everything's going to be good. Right? Things might not look good right now, but you believe it's going to be good. You take the truth for what it is, you deal with it, and you move forward. Another thing is, it puts you in a conundrum, if you will, of you have to decide, well, either God let something bad happen to you, if it is something bad, or can be considered bad, or God wanted something bad to happen to you. So the reason for, this happening to you, God wanted you to suffer. God wants you to experience pain. Or usually comes down to, most of the time, that people don't want to accept that God will want something bad to happen to you, or let something bad happen to you. So, it's never God. That's when the devil comes in, or Satan. But to be standing in truth, compromising truth, because everything is off of belief and faith, because we don't truly know. Well, then that question has to be asked. That either God wanted something bad to occur to you, or he just allowed it. Could have been apathetic to it, or just doesn't want to get involved, and he allows it. Which, of course, like I said, people keep that out, because then it becomes a serious moral issue of how good is God if he would allow or want things to happen. But in being in truth, because we don't have this supreme being just standing before us, talking to us and explaining things, and it's all about faith, all about belief. We generally want to believe good, that if we believe that the supreme being exists, that he only wants good things for us. We're going to interpret the books, the holy books that exist. We're going to interpret them it's in a good way, because I believe that most of them can be interpreted way better than they currently are. Take the Bible. I believe there are a lot of flaws in how most Christians interpret the Bible, and how it's used to condemn other people and condemn ourselves of going to hell by not believing in Jesus and whatnot. And so once again, it goes back to that supreme belief. If you're going to have that belief, then how best can you believe? Since we don't know, we have to have that belief. It's hard to believe that God gonna come into your house one day with his muddy shoes, lay up on your couch, say, "Fuck your couch, nigga." So once again, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food, get fat, and I'll talk to you later. God bless. Peace and love.